Chapter 28. The famous Wild Boy of London. We meet again. The man with the golden eyeball limped closer, leaning heavily on his cane. He wore the same shaded spectacles as his colleagues in the hall. The dark lenses gleamed as, beyond the balcony, another crackle of electricity lit the towering wheels of the machine. He extended a hand. It is a pleasure. The fog in Wild Boy's head cleared, and his mind came into sharp focus. He considered making a run for it, but he knew the man had a sword in his cane, as well as a pistol in his coat. He wouldn't be able to escape. He had to fight. He'd go to shake his hand, but instead kick his knee and shove him back. "No doubt," the man said, "you are considering an attack. I wonder, have you already established your method of escape? There is a secret door just yards from where you stand. Had you observed?" "I've blimmin' seen it." "Indeed." The man stepped aside, gesturing with a sweep of his cane. "Then you are free to leave." Wild Boy didn't move. "It is no trick," the man said. "You have my word that you will not be harmed." "Your word don't mean nothing to me. Who are you?" "My name is Marcus Bishop." "Never heard of you." "But you have been following me." The man struck the flint on a lantern. The light made him wince. He lowered the shutter to a dim glow and raised it against the wall. "I wonder," he said, "have you also detected which stone triggers the door?" Even though he had, Wild Boy stayed silent. He knew that if the man had wanted to kill him, he would have done so already, but that didn't mean he trusted him. "I imagine that you have many questions," said the golden-eyed man. He pressed the end of his cane against one of the stones, and a slab of wall scraped away, exposing a dark passage beyond. "I will endeavour to answer as many as I can. In return, I simply ask that you walk with me. I ain't going nowhere with you." "Then farewell, Wild Boy. It really was a pleasure." The man's coat fluttered as he disappeared into the secret passage. Wild Boy stood alone, stunned. Part of him wanted to turn and run, but still he wanted answers about the murders and about the machine. He crept through the narrow entrance and peered down another twisting stairway. The golden-eyed man stood a few steps below, his lantern flooding the passage with light. He knew Wild Boy would follow. "Be careful," he said. He set off again, his silver hair brushing the ceiling of the low passage. Wild Boy moved faster, catching up. "Where are we?" he demanded. "You know where we are." "The Tower of London?" "Correct. Specifically, we are in the White Tower, the castle's keep. You can't just do what you want in the Tower of London." "Yes, we can." The stairs led to a wider corridor with swords and shields displayed on the walls. Wild Boy stopped, looked back and forth, and then followed again. The golden-eyed man, Marcus Bishop, didn't slow down. "Who are you?" Wild Boy said. "You and them other blokes." "We have no official name. Those aware of our existence simply refer to us as the gentlemen. We work for the government." "What government?" "Your government." "I ain't got no government. What are you lot? Scientists? Like the professor?" The man paused for a moment, selecting his words carefully. "Some of us. We are experts in various fields. Science, medicine, military, espionage. We study new technologies and assist the police in matters that are beyond their powers and abilities. One might describe us as simply a society of concerned individuals." "Concerned about what?" "Britain. Its security, prosperity, survival. You are a citizen of the largest empire the world has ever known. Such power is not acquired only by good manners." "I seen your good manners," Wild Boy said. "I seen them prisoners you got locked up. You're going to use the machine on them once you got it working." "Our subjects are all convicted criminals, sentenced to death by the courts. Each has been offered a choice. Should the machine prove successful in transferring them into a new body, they will be granted a stay of execution. If not, a Christian burial. Are those not more generous terms than the hangman offers?" They came to a door. Marcus Bishop tapped his cane against the iron surface. "What's any of this got to do with me?" Wild Boy said. "Nothing whatsoever. You are the one who involved yourself the moment you stole that letter from Charles Griffin. And I am afraid you are now involved rather deeply indeed." The door swung open. Wild Boy followed the man into the vast cavity of the tower's stone hall. "I heard what you said to Miss Everett," Marcus said. You wish to use the machine upon yourself. That could indeed be an effective way of escaping your predicament. But Miss Everett is correct too. The machine is as likely to destroy you as it is to save you. Almost certainly your mind will never function in the same way again. Wildboy looked up at the colossal wheels of the gentleman's machine. Clarissa's words kept ringing in his head, but he tried to forget them and remember how badly he wanted to be normal. The pistons slowly began to pump again. The wheels turned and steam hissed from the ball of twisting pipes. "How does it work?" he asked. Marcus Bishop smiled. "First, permit me to ask a question of my own." A blue spark crackled around the pipes, reflecting off his dark lenses. "What do you know of electricity?"